Moreno. I am a Public Information Officer with Buncombe County Government, and this is your community briefing for Wednesday, April 9th. Today we have Nathan Green, Preparedness Coordinator with Buncombe County Health and Human Services, to share about the county's new Cooling Resource Center. Chris Werner is also here with us with the North Carolina Department of Public Safety, who will be joining us remotely to talk about the state's new private roads and bridges program. And we also have Asheville City Manager Deborah. But first, we will hear from Buncombe County Manager Albert Pender.
Thanks, John. Good morning. As we shared last week, Buncombe County has opened up a new Cooling Resource Center. And we are happy to share that after a successful soft opening, we have officially opened the center. Our team has created a video to promote and share more information about the center.
Stacey Wood. I'm a communications manager for Buncombe County Government, and I'm a part of the team that's standing up the Helene Resource Center. We recognize that every individual, every neighborhood, every area of our county was impacted differently by Helene. So the Helene Resource Center is really the one Buncombe approach. It's a collaboration between multiple agencies, federal, state, and local, and it really centers the needs of survivors in our community. So this is a one-stop shop, so to speak, for survivors in our community who still need to access resources. Again, this is an important part of our recovery process, and we're going to be here for as long as it takes to continue to center survivors in their recovery process. The community will be able to access FEMA individual assistance, small business administration, hazard mitigation grant program, private property debris removal, and more, all in one centralized location. This will also create a space for people to have one-on-one conversations about their applications, and also the opportunity to speak with someone directly with any questions that they may have. The Buncombe County Helene Resource Center is located at 94 Cox Avenue and is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And don't forget, there is free parking directly across the street.
Nathan Green will provide more details on this new center shortly. This past Monday was the last day to apply for individual FEMA assistance and disaster unemployment assistance. That deadline was not extended, so Monday was the last day to apply for these benefits, and they will not take any new applications. So far, FEMA has provided over $132 million in individual and household assistance in Buncombe County. This includes over $46 million in housing assistance, which includes repair or replacement costs, rental assistance, direct housing, and transitional shelter. It also includes over $85 million in other needs assistance, which can cover personal property, transportation, moving and storage fees, cleaning costs, and more. If you need help with your application, the Disaster Recovery Center is open at the Fairview Library through Friday, and after that, FEMA representatives will be a part of the new Recovery Center on Cox Avenue. Other deadlines include April 15th, private property debris removal, April 27th, Small Business Administration physical damage loan deadline, May 2nd, Agriculture Crop Loss Program, and June 30, SBA Economic Injury Application Deadline. You can find all the application information for these at buncombeready.org. Last week, debris crews completed right-of-way debris removal in Buncombe County. We ask that you do not continue to move items to the right-of-way. While private right-of-way debris removal has ended as of April 1st, contractors will continue to pick up debris throughout the county based on spots identified by county staff. If you have storm debris on your property, we highly encourage you to apply for private property debris removal by next Tuesday, April 15th. This is open to both residential and commercial property owners and is a free program. Residents can apply online 24/7 at buncombeready.org or by calling 828-250-6100 or in person at the Fairview Line. Have these documents ready when you apply. A copy of your insurance policy and proof of loss from the company if you're insured. A color copy of your driver's license or valid U.S. government issued ID, such as a passport. Proof of ownership. A simple sketch of the private or commercial business property, identifying the location of debris, and having one hand drawn is fine. Other important Helene recovery programs you should sign up for: State Private Roads and Bridges Program. If you have a private road, culvert, pipe, or bridge, we highly encourage you to fill out the interest form. You can apply even if you've already applied for FEMA assistance with your private road and bridges. Fill out the form at buncombeready.org. Agriculture Crop Loss Program. If you're an agricultural producer who lost crops due to Helene or other natural disasters in 2024, a new funding program will be available to help with the monetary losses. The Agriculture Crop Loss Program is live now and is accepting applications through May 2nd. If you have questions or need assistance applying, reach out to Buncombe County Co-op Extension at 828-255-5522. North Carolina Disaster Case Management Program. Get paired up with a disaster case manager who will help you find support through 500 and over 500 resources and partners with you on your Helene recovery journey. Call 844-746-2326. Or once again, go to buncombeready.org and fill out the intake survey. We will have a Helene Recovery Resource Center at the Garren Creek, a Helene Recovery Resource event at the Garren Creek Fire Department, located at 10 Black Creek Road. That's on Thursday, tomorrow, April 10th, from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. We'll have our partners from FEMA, Private Property Debris Removal, Hazard Mitigation Grant Program, and Disaster Case Management there to support our survivors. We know cleanup in a community is a community-wide concern, and we strongly encourage you to join the North Carolina Department of Transportation 2025 Spring Litter Clean Sweep between April 12th and April 26th. In this statewide roadside litter removal initiative, residents can clean up North Carolina roadways. In addition to volunteers, NCDOT maintenance crews will devote 1 week of their time to pick up litter and collect orange bags placed on the roadsides by volunteer pickups. To learn more, go to www.ncdot.gov/literacy. And finally, the community care station at Owen Pool remains open for showers, laundry service, water, and bathrooms from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekdays and 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on weekends. And I will hear from Nathan Green, Preparedness Coordinator with Buncombe County Health and Human Services.
Thank you, Ms. Senator. Again, my name is Nathan Green, Preparedness Coordinator for Buncombe County Health and Human Services. The Helene Resource Center is a new center in downtown Asheville for survivors of Hurricane Helene. It opened on April 8th and is intended to help survivors access essential recovery services. The Resource Center offers several resources in one place, including FEMA individual assistance, private property debris removal, Small Business Administration disaster loans, and North Carolina disaster case management, where additional support services and referrals can be accessed. You can find the Helene Resource Center at 94 Cox Avenue in downtown Asheville. Its hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. There's free parking available across the street, and no appointments are necessary. The Resource Center welcomes all individuals and families affected by Hurricane Helene, no matter where they are in their recovery process. And as a reminder, the Fairview Disaster Recovery Center will close on April 11th, and its resources will move to the new Helene Resource Center starting April 14th. The community is encouraged to visit the Helene Resource Center for assistance, or you can call the One Buncombe Call Center at 828-250-6100, or go online at buncombeready.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathan. And now we will hear from Chris Warner, who is with the North Carolina Department of Public Safety, and he is joining us virtually.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you.
Thank you. Again, my name is Chris Warner. I'm with the North Carolina Department of Public Safety Division of Emergency Management. I am the Private Road and Bridge Program Manager. I appreciate the opportunity to present today to provide an overview of the North Carolina Private Road and Bridge Program. The North Carolina Private Road and Bridge Program was launched to assist property owners across Western North Carolina with damages from Helene. Legislation was passed on March 19, 2025 as the Disaster Recovery Act of 2025, Part 1. Per the legislation, the North Carolina Private Road and Bridge Program will prioritize repairs to private roads and bridges that are the sole access for emergency services to residential properties occupied by the property owner for over 6 months of the calendar. The legislation also identifies prioritized repairs to roads, bridges, providing access to multiple residential homes and recreation or commercial facilities. To date, a tropical storm Helene private road and bridge program website has been established. The website is www.ncdps.gov/Helene/PRB. This website has been established to provide initial information for the program, identify eligible counties, and to establish an online NCPRB interest form for those who have a private road, culvert, pipe, or bridge that was damaged or destroyed following Tropical Storm Helene, and to provide assistance and to identify assistance that is needed to complete the required repairs or replacements to private roads and bridges. The website is also established to share the NCPRB Private Road and Bridge Program email address, which is ncemprb@ncdps.gov, for those who require assistance in completion of the form or have general questions about the Private Road and Bridge Program. As of today, through the online intake form, we have received over 2,100 online intake requests. The NCPRB program is in the process of contracting with 10 consultant teams to assist in responding to the online intake requests and to provide engineering and permitting services required for private road and bridge repairs and replacement. The Private Road and Bridge Program has engaged volunteer organizations assisting with private road and bridge repairs and replacements in order to collaborate and partner for private road and bridge repairs and replacement. Going forward, the North Carolina Private Road and Bridge Program will closely coordinate with the impacted counties, county representatives to share more information as the Private Road and Bridge Program progresses, to coordinate to identify priorities within each county, and to provide status updates on the progress of the Private Road and Bridge Program. That concludes my update at this time. I appreciate the opportunity to share this information with you all.
Thank you, Chris. And you can also find that intake form for this private road and bridge program at buncombeready.org as well. And now we will hear from Asheville City Manager Deborah Campbell.
Good morning. As was stated, my name is Deborah Campbell, and I serve as the City Manager of Asheville. As usual, I want to start by thanking everyone in the community for your continued support and your ongoing efforts to contribute to our community's recovery from tropical storm Helene. We are on day 196 of our emergency response and recovery efforts. Today, I will provide a few brief updates on storm debris removal within the city limits, Truck City ADL, an upcoming event, Memorial Stadium, reopening and ribbon cutting, and the Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Action Plan approval and next steps. I'll start with a storm debris removal update. As of today, nearly 600,000 cubic yards of storm debris and over 120,000 tons of mud and silt have been collected across Ashland. Over 200,000 cubic yards have been collected from the waterways within city limits, and 326 private properties within the city have been cleared of debris through the private property debris removal program. If you missed the deadline to have debris in the right-of-way collected, you may apply for the free private property debris removal program, also known as PPDR, until April 15th. Residential and commercial property owners can also apply for demolition of structures and removal of slabs using the PPDR application. I'll say again, the deadline to apply is April 15th. I think that's the text deadline too. You can visit the county's website at www.buncombecounty.org to apply. Before I leave storm debris to move into some upcoming community events, I want to say thanks to all of you who are staying engaged with our storm debris response. Since last week, our new storm debris dashboard has received over 1,100 visits. If you haven't seen it yet, you can find the dashboard on ashlandrecovers.org under the Maps and Data tab. I'll now move into two exciting opportunities we have to gather as a community. First, Truck City ADL is taking place this Saturday, April 12th from 1 to 4 p.m. at Tanger Outlets. Vehicles and heavy equipment used by City of Ashland departments, including police, fire, public works, sanitation, water, parks and recreation, and transit, play a vital role in maintaining our quality of life. These specialized vehicles and the teams that operate them have been essential to the city's recovery. And this weekend, kids, adults, families will have an opportunity to learn about the equipment and skills required to operate them. Kids and adults can sit in, explore, touch, and ask questions about their favorite trucks and cars. There will be rescue vehicles, public works equipment, utility tractors, construction machines, fire trucks, and tactical vehicles. There will also be plenty of other vehicles, including a mobile pet clinic, fish stocking truck, concrete pour, and full-size crane. With over 40 vehicles, community members should plan plenty of time to explore trucks of all shapes and sizes, as well as meet their operators who live right here and in the surrounding communities. A few months ago, we didn't even know if we could host this free community event, as City of Ashland staff from all departments utilized many of these vehicles and worked around the clock on community recovery. It's a testament to our mountain spirit that the men and women who've been working so hard over the past 6 months still felt it was important to host this unique annual event that has become a tradition for many families. I'd like to thank our Parks and Recreation Department for producing this fun event. Parks and Recreation play experts have also created multiple truck and transportation themed activities, including games, a kids driving course, roaming railroad trackless train for riding, and giveaways. A quiet hour with no honking is scheduled, no horn honking is scheduled from 1 to 2 p.m. to provide a positive experience for those with sensory considerations such as autism, dementia, PTSD, and hypersensitivity. Again, Truck City ABL takes place this Saturday, April 12th, from 1 to 4 p.m. at Tanger Outlets. And for more information, you can go to asheville.nc.gov/parks. I would also like to extend an invitation to the entire community to celebrate the $6.7 million investment by the city of Asheville to renovate Memorial Stadium at a festival and ribbon cutting on Tuesday, April 15th, from 5 to 7 p.m. This meaningful investment preserves the rich history of this space for future generations. Memorial Stadium has been returned to a place for residents to gather, celebrate, and enjoy recreation for years to come. This space also reflects our city's commitment to health and recreation. So it makes sense we want to showcase new ways for community members to stay active and connect with each other. Starting at 5 o'clock p.m., the Asheville Sports and Fitness Fair allows the chance to explore local youth and adult sports leagues, engage with organizations dedicated to active living, and uncover a wealth of resources designed to enhance personal well-being with interactive sessions, games, and skills throughout the stadium. The event will culminate in a special ribbon cutting ceremony at 6 p.m. to celebrate the extensive renovation of Memorial Stadium and the playground at nearby Mountainside Park. Officially dedicated in 1927, Asheville's Memorial Stadium is both a versatile sporting and event venue and a symbol dedicated to the city's veterans. The ribbon cutting ceremony will feature a tribute to veterans, brief remarks, and a chance to explore the renovations, including the return of a walking and running track, new artificial turf, sidewalk around the field for accessibility, and new restrooms. Please join us at Memorial Stadium at 5 p.m. on April 15th for the Asheville Sports and Fitness Fair and stay for the ribbon cutting at 6 p.m. More information can be found at asheville.nc.gov/parks. For my final update today, I'm pleased to share that yesterday, City Council unanimously approved the Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Action Plan for submission to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The action plan is the first step in the process to access the $225 million allocated to Asheville by HUD in January of this year. HUD will have 45 days to review, request changes, and approve the action plan. Once the action plan receives HUD approval, the city anticipates receiving a grant agreement with implementation to begin in the fall of 2025 and beginning of 2026. I want to thank staff in our Community and Economic Development Department for spearheading this effort for the city. I also want to give a special shout out to James Shelton, who serves as our Community Development Division Manager, who led this effort on behalf of the department. At the council meeting last night, we heard numerous thank yous and other positive accolades expressed about James and the manner in which the public meetings and other public input opportunities were done. So well done. For updates, please sign up for the recovery newsletter on ashevillerecovers.org. In closing, I'd like to extend my continued thanks to the mayor and city council, all of our dedicated City of Asheville employees, our other partners in the county, state, and federal government, as well as our private and nonprofit partners to continue to work tirelessly on recovery efforts. I know we still have a long way to go, but when I see how far we've come in the last 196 days, it's honestly humbling to see all that our community has accomplished. I'll now turn it back over to John.
Thank you. Before we open it up to the media, we do have some important information from our debris team. If you have applied for private property debris removal, make sure you have submitted all the required paperwork as soon as possible. If you have questions about your application status, please call the Buncombe call center at 828-250-6100. Do this before you try to submit a new application. If you have applied for private property debris removal and have questions or concerns about the work done on your property, please email the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. We're going to add that email into the chat. So now we will open it up to any questions from the media. And while we wait for any, we do have a reminder about several changes coming to Buncombe County Services, or that have already happened. So our permits and inspections, Asheville, Buncombe, air quality, and environmental health have all moved to 35 Whitman Street. So if you need access to any of those services, remember to visit them at the new location of Whitman. To stay informed about lien recovery, bookmark engage.buncombecounty.org/Buncombe Recovers. Sign up for phone alerts by texting BC Alert. It's not case sensitive to 99411, or also call the One Buncombe call center at 828-250-6100. And if we have no questions, we will wrap it up. Thank you for joining us today, and our next briefing will be next Wednesday.